Guys, so I'm here at Extra Space Storage. As you guys know, about 5 or 6 months ago, I moved my 5-wheel motor into storage along with my transmission and just some other miscellaneous parts that I had from my previous totaled vehicle. Now, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just disappointed in Extra Space Storage, and it's not all storage businesses that are like this. I found a better business, a better place to store my things, but simply put, I started here, at a specific rate, and they decided to double that rate. And it seems like oftentimes, when people have things in storage, if things are quite large or they have a lot of things, they will just forget, right? And your rates will just continue to be increased over and over and over again. And there's no law on how much they can actually increase your rate. So, I came in at like $50. They gave me a rate change notice. They jacked up my rate to almost over $100, or close to it. I have a little notice over there, but it's just like, come on, that's not transparent. I feel like as a corporate business, you should be a little bit more transparent. And I just don't know any business that punishes their customers for being loyal. I've never heard of that. So hopefully the CEO or somebody at Extra Space Storage can see this. Maybe they don't care because they're making so much money and that's the business model, but I just feel like that's very, very non-transparent. And that's the reason why I've got to move my stuff out. So I actually moved out my motor, shout out to my buddy Matthew, as well as my transmission yesterday. I got that moved over to High Street self-storage. So shout out to High Street self-storage. Definitely want to give them a shout out. The reason why is because you go to High Street self-storage, you pay an initial fee, which is like half the price of rent for like 2 months, and then you're locked in with a contract for 12 months. So that's what you want, right? I don't want you guys to go to a storage place and bring your life there, and then it's auctioned off because on Storage Wars because they decided to raise the rent and you could never pay, right? So this is, maybe I'm as green as a tennis ball, but I didn't know that this was a thing where people were just raising rent on storage. I thought it was just, hey, I pay this amount of money, and I thought it was like a parking spot. Like, you pay this amount of money and that's just it. That's not it. So I just want to let you guys know that, because obviously there's a difference between paying $50 a month in storage and that just skyrocketing to $250 a month whenever they want, right? So yes, and again, this motor is not a little Honda motor. It's actually quite large. It's huge. I mean, I would need 3 Olympians to like lift this thing up. It's not the size of a coffee table. It's probably the size of like a small baby crib. It's quite large. So that is why I'm very, very happy that I made a connection yesterday with Matthew, who's able to help me move this into my other storage. Shout out to him. He's a one-man army, with a little bit of my help. But that's all, guys. Again, not disparaging Extra Space Storage as a business. I just think that is not transparent, and I'm disappointed in Extra Space Storage. I shouldn't have to call the fight for discounts as a loyal customer. I think that's a little out there. But let me know what you guys think, and if anything, give the video a like and a thumbs up. Hopefully it will help you and save you money, because I never want you to come and store your items at one price and then, not be able to afford to store your items anymore because of that. Not saying that I can't afford to store here. I just like transparent pricing with any business that I'm working with or transacting with, right? So yes, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not going to continue any further. Catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Adios.